today's lesson, we will be discussing about units of angle measure. So in this topic, we will be converting degree measure of angles into DMS form, or the degree, minutes, and seconds form, and vice versa. We will also be converting degree measure of an angle into its corresponding radian form, and vice versa. Just a short fun fact. The degree measure was developed by Babylonians at around 2000 BC. It was based on a sexagesimal numeration system. So when we say sexagesimal numeration system, it means that the base is 60. Take note that 1 revolution is equal to 360 degrees. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So the symbols that you see here, so this one, that is for the minutes, and this is for the seconds. Now let's change each angle measure in decimals to minutes and seconds. So we have here 20.6 degrees, and we will be converting it into what we call as the DMS. DMS stands for degree, minutes, and seconds. So to convert the degree into its DMS form, so we have to compute for the corresponding minutes and seconds. So first, let's get the degrees. So in the given, we have 20.6 degrees. Since this one is already in degrees form, you just have to get the whole number, and that will be our degrees automatically. So the degrees that we have here is 20 degrees. Now the remaining value, which is 0.6, we will use this to get the corresponding minutes. Now, since this is in degrees, we have to convert it into minutes. We have to take note how many minutes are there in 1 degree. So in 1 degree, there are 60 minutes, so we have to multiply 0.6 by 60. Now multiplying 0.6 by 60, we now have 36. So this value here corresponds to the minutes. So we have here minutes will be equal to 36. Then put the symbol for the minutes. Now if in case the value that you got here is not a whole number, meaning there's a decimal, then all you have to do is just to get the whole number and then use the decimal value of that to get the seconds. We just have to write it now as 20 degrees 36 minutes. So this is now the DMS form of 20.6 degrees. Now let's convert 12.24 into the DMS form. So again, let's write here 12.24 degrees. Now let's start with the degrees. So to do this, you just have to get the whole number automatically. That will be the value for the degrees. Next, you get the decimal number or decimal value, which is 0.24, and then let's multiply it to 60 to get the corresponding minutes. Since again, in 1 degree, there are 60 minutes. So the value of this will be 14.4. Now this 14.4 corresponds to the minutes. Now to get the minutes here, you just have to consider the whole number. So minutes now is 14. Now since there is 0.4, which is a decimal place or a decimal value from the minutes, we have to get that again, and then we multiply it again to 60 so that we can get the corresponding seconds. Now why do we have to multiply it again by 60? Because in 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. So you just have to get 0.4 and then multiply it to 60. So we now have 24. Now this value here is now our seconds. So we have 24 seconds. So to write this into DMS form, we have 12 degrees, 14 minutes, 24 seconds. Now, if in case the answer that you get here in the seconds is not a whole number, let's say there is a decimal point, let's say 0.5, all you have to do is just get the whole number and then disregard the decimal value. Now, to convert degree, minute, second form or the DMS form into the corresponding degree measure, what we will do is we just have to do the reverse process. So a while ago we're multiplying. This time what we will do is we have to divide. So let's just write here first 15 degrees, 5 minutes, and then 5 seconds. So to solve this, so what we will do is we have to solve each one of them. Now since we want this to be in degrees, we have here the 15 degrees, just have to copy it. So just copy 15 since it's already in degrees form, and then put an addition symbol. Now let's convert 5 minutes into degrees. Now what we will do is we have to divide 5 minutes by 60. Now why do we have to divide 5 by 60? Because in 1 degree there are 60 minutes. So take note, your basis will be the degrees. So 5 divided by 60. So 5 minutes, you divide it by 60 because there are 60 minutes and 1 degree. Next, for the seconds, so solve or convert 5 seconds into degrees. So we have to write again on the numerator 5. Now we have to divide it by 3,600. Now why do we have to divide by 3,600? Because in 1 degree there are 3,600 seconds. So you have to take that in mind. And then all we have to do now is to simplify everything. So just input the following into your calculator. So we will have the value of 15.08. Then put the degree symbol. So 15 degrees, 5 minutes, and 5 seconds is 15.08 degrees in its degree form. So let's do it again with this example. So we have 20 degrees, 2 minutes, and 16 seconds. So again, just copy 20 because it's already in degrees form. Now, you take the minutes, which is 2, divided by 60 because there are 60 minutes and 1 degree. And then add, then you write 16 on the numerator and then divide it by 3,600 because there are 3,600 seconds in 1 degree. And then simplify everything. So we will have 20.04 degrees. So if in case the value is not exact, so you just have to round it off into 2 decimal place. Now if we want to convert from degree measure to radian measure, what we will do is just to multiply the number of degrees by pi over 180 and then simplify. So all you have to do is to remember this value. So you have to multiply again the degree measure given to pi over 180 so that you will get its corresponding radian measure. So for example, we have to convert 150 into radian measure. So we have 150, then you multiply it by pi over 180. So all you have to do is to simplify. So we have here 150 pi over 180. So we can simplify 150 and 180 since they are both divisible by 30. So we have here 5, and then for 180 we have 6. Therefore, we have 5 pi over 6. So 150 degrees is 5 pi over 6 in radian measure. Another example, let's say we have 330 degrees. So 330 degrees, and then let's convert it into radian measure. So we have pi over 180. So multiply 330 pi over 180. Then again, we just have to simplify this. So simplify 330 and 180. This will become 11, and then this one is 6. So we have 11 pi over 6. So in radian measure, 330 degrees is 11 pi over 6. Now, if you want to do the other way around, or if you want to convert from radian measure to degree measure, this time, let's multiply by 180 over pi. Again, we will do this if we want to convert from radian measure to degree measure. So let's say we have 8 pi over 9, and then we have to convert this into degree measure. So we have to multiply by 180 over pi. So obviously, pi will be cancelled here. You can multiply 180 and 8, or you can simply simplify 180 and 9. So it's up to you. So let's say we multiply 180 and 8. So we have 1,440 divided by 9. So we have 160. And then you put the degree symbol here. So therefore, 8 pi over 9 is 160 degrees. So last, let's have 9 pi over 4 and then convert it to degree measure. So again, multiply it by 180 over pi. So pi will be cancelled. You multiply 180 and 9. So we have 1,620, and then divided by 4. So we have 405 degrees. So do not forget to put the unit for degrees. And that's it for today. I hope you learned something about converting from degree measure to DMS and vice versa, and also from radian measure to degree measure and vice versa. So see you next time.